Welcome to When Life Gets Strange, tips for loving your perfectly imperfect military and everyday life. Let me introduce you to my wife and your host, Maria Strange. We have been married for over 20 years, over 17 years in the Army, and she is the mother to our 6 children, and we are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. As a certified life coach, Maria's goal is to help you thrive and love your perfectly imperfect military and everyday life. Are you ready?
Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 19 of When Life Gets Strange. You are chosen. All right, if you haven't already, be sure to follow me on social media at Maria Strange Coaching on Facebook and Instagram. Over there, I share tips and insights on how to love this military life of ours. And if you're finding this podcast helpful, please share it with others. I want to get as much good out into the world as we can. Okay, so just a little bit about me. What's been going on this week is Spencer was out in the field for the past week, and he wasn't allowed to call all week. And it was really hard. I missed getting to talk to him. And so that really caused me to think about this topic for this week of you are chosen. Because I hear from people all the time. I could never be a military spouse. I couldn't do what you do. It's so hard. I don't know how you do it all. And I hear from a lot of you, from a lot of the new spouses, especially. This is too hard. You know, the spouses or the girlfriends whose husbands and boyfriends or significant others are going to basic. How am I going to go for 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 10 weeks, 4 months, whatever it is, without talking to them? And I'm here to tell you that you can do it because you are chosen. In Matthew 24:14, we read, "For many are called, but few are chosen." And what does that mean? And how does it apply to being a military spouse? Well, one, I believe that we're called for this task, that we knew we would be military spouses, military girlfriends, and that it would be hard, and that we were up for the challenge. And as we put forth our best efforts, that God will make up the difference. So that's what makes us chosen. And how does choosing? So what makes us chosen? It's choosing to live this lifestyle. It's choosing our marriage. It's choosing our boyfriend. It's choosing our partner. It's choosing to move around the world with our husbands. It's choosing to not move when that's what's best for our family. It's choosing to show up every single day. And are there days that we have doubts? Sure. But does that mean that we're not choosing this lifestyle? Are there days where we think this is just too hard? Yeah. But my sweet, sweet military wives, if you're just beginning, your husband's going to basic, because I've talked to you. You have 2 or 3 kids and your husband's going to basic. I've been there. I was pregnant with our 3rd son when my husband joined the military. For those of you who are young and you're not married yet, or you don't have kids and your boyfriend's leaving, you can do it. And I haven't quite been there because my husband was married when he joined, but I have a son getting ready to join. He's doing his physical and picking a job next week. And it's kind of scary and it's kind of exciting. I see you. I've been there. Or if you're at the end of this lifestyle, coming to the end like me, we have just a couple of years left. I see you. I know that you're up for this task. I believe that we're called for this task, that we are up for the challenge. So I want to give you some tips or steps that I believe will help you to show up and to be the best military wife possible, that will help you learn to love this lifestyle. Will there be days where it feels overwhelming? Sure, but that's okay. Life is 50-50, and we're going to feel overwhelmed whether we're military spouses or not. We're going to have days where we feel like everything is against us and days where everything is fantastic. So the first thing, step 1, believe your spouse is choosing you. Now, I know it feels like the military comes first a lot. He has to work long hours, deployed on short notice. field exercises, TDYs. I know that he misses birthdays and anniversaries and school plays and sporting events, doctor's appointments and recitals. I get it. I know mine has missed all of those things. And I spent a long time being mad and angry at the military and believing it was their fault and believing that my husband was choosing them. However, when I started to believe that he was choosing me and our family, then I wasn't mad about those things. I was sad for him that he was missing out, and I wish that he could be there for me. You know, going to a wedding by yourself because your spouse is gone, not really the funnest thing when all these other couples are around you. But it's okay. I just got to be sad and miss him and be like, oh, this must suck for him. I bet he wishes he was here too. And then when I go to things for my kids, I take 1 or 2 pictures. I get a couple pictures that I can send to him. And then I move on and I just focus on it and I'm present. Now, if you want to be the person who records the whole thing to send it to him, that's great too. But that's not me. I don't pay as much attention when I'm watching it through my phone. And maybe other people do. So, and it's all works out. Whatever you need to do to be fully present, do it. Whatever you need to do to help your husband feel like he was a part of it, do it. But whatever you do, believe that he is choosing you. He's choosing to be in the military to provide for your family. He's choosing to be in the military because he loves this country. He's choosing to be in the military because it gives you good insurance some of the time. I know we could debate about that one, but really overall, the insurance is pretty good. I got a prescription the other day for 90 cents. I can take my kids to the doctor and I don't have to worry. Believe your husband is choosing you. All right, step 2, do things for you. When my children were little and Spencer was we had some really short deployments, 3-month deployments, but in between he was gone all the time. He was part of the 160th at the time. And so he'd be deployed and then home and gone for training and then home for a week or so and then gone for training. And during all this, I believed that I shouldn't do anything for me, that he was out working and fighting for our country and for our freedoms. And why should I take the time and do anything for myself? But what happened is I was really burned out. I was tired. I was grumpy all the time. I complained about how hard everything was, and I didn't believe I could do it, but I was doing it, right? Like kids got fed, the house got cleaned, we went to the doctor's appointments, we did all the things that had to be done, but I was doing it with such a bad attitude, this poor, pitiful me attitude. And when Spencer was home, we didn't enjoy that time because I wasn't taking care of me. I was expecting him to. I was expecting the Army to take care of me and to somehow meet these needs, and they couldn't do it. Remember, I talked about that in episode 17 when we talked about the love languages and not using them as a way to put a divide in your marriage. And that's exactly what I was doing. However, when I started to take care of myself and to fill my own love tank, oh my goodness, things got so much better. And life coaching really helped me to see that and to recognize it, that I wasn't taking care of me. And so when I started doing that, I started going out and doing things that were just for me. I started taking a hot bath when he's gone. Like, I know that's really relaxing for me. Maybe I'll let my kids stay up late and watch a movie and I take a hot bath. Maybe I give them electronics and with a movie and send them in their room and be like, all right, you get this one movie and then it's time for bed. And I go out with friends. I planned a mom's day the other day and just the moms went and we went on a hike. Go to the gym. Find a gym that has childcare if that's your thing. Do something that's for you. Don't believe that you shouldn't do things that make you happy just because your spouse is deployed or in basic training or in a really crappy field exercise. It's okay to do things for you. And what I've learned is what our spouses want most when they are gone is for us to be happy. So do something for you that makes you happy and share that with your spouse. The last thing I wanted to talk to you about was allowing the bad days. So often I see military wives fighting the bad days. I hear, oh, I shouldn't cry. I have to be strong for my children. I can't tell my husband when XYZ happens. I don't want to add to his stress. I got to be able to do all this on my own. But let me tell you, one, it's okay to ask for help. We want to help each other. My best deployment, one of my best deployments, was when my husband was gone and my friend and I, we shared a lot of things. We'd take kids to school. We'd carpool to school. We'd go to the gym together. We'd go to the kids' events, school events together. And it was so much easier sharing that load with her. Or when I've gone home, because I've gone home for one deployment. Yeah, something like that. For a couple, maybe different times I've gone home during our military career, right? And I've been on my parents' property. And it has been so good letting my parents help out, letting my siblings that are around to help out, letting my kids have cousins that they can run and go and play with. And going back to step 2, doing things for you. When I go home, I go horseback riding with my dad every day. And that's just for me. And it's bonding time with him. And it helps me to feel so loved. And my husband jokes, every time I leave, you just need to go home and go horseback riding with your dad because you're so much happier. And it just makes everything else better when I'm happy. So do things for you and allow the bad days. When we share with our children that we miss them too, that we're sad or we cry with them, it teaches them that they're allowed to feel those emotions. Help them learn to process them. Teach them that it's okay to feel anything, that they can handle any feeling. That's one of the great things about military kids that helps to make them so resilient, is they know they can handle whatever comes their way. Did you know you can be strong and miss him? It's true. All right. So, and what I've learned and mine and Spencer's experience, I can share what's going on with him, even the hard things. So sometimes I present it as, dude, I need you to fix this. How is this fixed? A lot of times that's the pool or maintenance around the house that he does. And I'm like, how do I do this? I need the step-by-step directions. Other times I just need his opinion. Hey, a tree fell in the backyard. Do you want us to wait till you get home and you can cut it up? Do you want me to pay somebody? Sometimes I'm just telling him what happened. One of our first deployments, our son fell off of our play gym in the backyard and he split his head open and his lip and broke his nose. And it was so traumatic for me. Like, I still look at play ground sometimes and I'm like, they're so dangerous, but I let my kids play on them. But I didn't have a way to call him. It was back before everybody had cell phones and the email, and he had to wait in lines. And we emailed him a picture. Hindsight, probably not the best choice that we emailed him a picture and was like, hey, call the hospital. But it was okay. He knew it was taken care of. He knew that I had handled that situation. And sometimes I just want to vent and I want him to say, yeah, that's rough. So what I have found that I do is I say, hey, I need your help with this. Do you want to do A or B? I'm telling you what happened, or I'm just kind of telling you how hard things are for me right now. And I just want you to vent and just sympathize and to hear me out. And you know what? He's really good at that. He's like, I don't need anything fixed. I can handle this. I got this. I just need you to validate what I'm going through. And it works out so well for us. But allow the hard days. It's okay to have days that are hard. And I found Spencer wants to know what's going on. He wants to know about the hard. And if he's not able to hear it, he tells me. I say, babe, I want to tell you about these things that are going on. They're kind of hard. Can you handle it right now or not? And he'll be like, oh, no, I got a mission tonight. I don't want to add any extra stress. And I'll be like, that's great. Just say an extra prayer for us. Let me say an extra prayer for you. Or I'll say, okay, let me know when you're ready to hear. But he's willing to hear. So be willing to allow the hard days. And remember that you guys are a team. when he's deployed, when he's TDY, when he's in the field. You are still a team. You can still lean on him for support. Maybe it's you write him a letter and tell all the things that's going on. And maybe he doesn't even get it. And that's okay. Like, you don't even have to send it, but you can still find ways to have him support you even when he's gone. And do that. It's good. You'll find ways to strengthen your relationship. So the 3 steps that I shared with you is believe your spouse is choosing you and everything that he does. Yes, he might have to work long hours or go in on his day off or deploy on the last minute. We've done a 12-hour notice on a deployment. My husband got home at 5 and deployed at 5 o'clock the next morning. I've done it. He's doing it to provide for your family. Do things for you. Fill your love tank. And step 3, and I think this one is almost the most important, allow the bad days. Don't beat yourself up for having a bad day. We all have them, and it's okay. Allow it, process it, and move on. Now, my dear sweet military wives, you got this. You are chosen. You can do this lifestyle. On the days that it feels too hard, reach out, ask for help. There's plenty of people around. As a life coach, I'm here to help you. I offer free 60-minute sessions. Sign up for them, take advantage. And then we will talk about your military journey, your life. Where do you need help? You will walk away with tools to help you. I've been told that just that free session has saved marriages, has helped military spouses go find the job, that has helped them to let go of the overwhelm. It's just helped them to feel heard and validated. Now, as a military spouse, I understand firsthand what you are going through. However, I'm different from your friends because I'm not going to wallow in your pity with you. I'm going to show you where your thinking is causing your pain, where it's causing you to feel stuck and overwhelmed and burn out. I'm going to help you to let go of that. I'm going to help you learn to love your perfectly imperfect life. So set up a time. Let's chat. That's what I'm here for. And as always, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.